Here. Did you guys hear that too? Did it say recording? Okay. Yay, perfect timing. Hi, Brittany.
I just have a quick question.
Yes.
So what size hoop do you think just for the basics for learning we should start with? I bought one from the Spinster, so mine can change sizes. And I have it at 28 right now, so I'm not sure if that's too small or if I should make it bigger.
I think that is honestly a perfect size. Yeah, a 28. Brittany, your hoop is good. I gave Brittany this hoop today. But yeah, like a 27, 28, 29, a Poly Pro hoop would be ideal for this workshop.
Awesome.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So I'll be the biggest one here. Okay. Pin. Awesome. Okay, and I can see all of you guys too. This is awesome. Okay, so I just first wanted to say thank you guys for being here. I know a lot of you, again, are doing the recap video, so you will get a recap of this entire workshop. It's recording right now. Until the very end, we have an hour and a half of really awesome tricks, some techniques, and some tips that I am really excited to share with you guys. I know that this is a lot of your day, like first day hooping. So this is perfect. This is stuff that I learned within the first week, not very well, but in introducing to it. So I think we should go ahead and get started. So I kind of just wanted to talk about what is a flow, how to generate a hoop flow. So pretty much we're going to be learning a trick, but then I also want to learn how to transition in and out of that trick, because sometimes people get so caught up in the idea of doing a trick and then they're like, now what? You know what I mean? And so we're really going to be playing with our body, dancing with the hoop. It's a hoop dance, you know what I mean? So we're going to be really exploring this idea and generating a flow. Cool, we have someone else coming in. Hello. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And so after every trick, I want us to practice a variation of how to get in and out of it. And this is the idea of transitions. To me, transitions are just as important as a trick, because you are able to create more of a fluid motion and just kind of get to explore your body a little bit more. And finally, I wanted to say that when people talk about combos, doing a hoop combo, basically that's two or more tricks just back to back to back to back. You know what I mean? People whip out all this fun stuff, crazy stuff. So that's a combo. So a little bit of terminology for you guys. Cool. And let's go ahead and get started. So yeah, grab a smaller hoop. Anything, anything Poly Pro would be awesome if you have it. If you don't, we will make do either way. Okay. Hi, Charlotte. Okay, awesome. Can everyone see and hear me? Do a little finger wave. Y'all good? Awesome. Okay, so the first move that I wanted to go over is this two-hand isolation. This is the very, very, very first move that I learned. So we're going to start by addressing, what is this hoop even doing? What plane is it in? So here we have a vertical or a wall plane. That's whenever the hoop is parallel to you, right? So if you look at it, you're going to see only this side of it as the audience. If you're looking like this, looks like a pizza plane or a horizontal plane. So go ahead and do that. Do the horizontal, vertical, horizontal, aka pizza plane, vertical, aka wall plane. Okay, so whenever we do this two-hand isolation, we are going to be on this vertical plane. And the hoop is going to be an analog clock. So if you look at it, you're going to have 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. No matter which way you face. So I could be facing to the left, it's still 12, 3, 6, and 9. So do that on your hoop, just to make sure that you understand that we're going to be breaking this down into segments like that. Yeah. Okay, so now we know the basic of it. So we're going to have both of our hands palms down at 6 o'clock on the hoop, and you want to be in front of your torso. And I want us to look at the camera and have our head be the center point of the hoop. So we're traveling around our head to give it this illusion. So both of our hands are at 6. Take your right hand off, do a little wiggle. And we're going to be taking our left hand, our thumb will be up as it travels to 3 o'clock. Then we're gonna keep letting it travel all the way up to 12 o'clock. My right hand's still out to the side. My palm should be up towards the ceiling. My thumb is to the left. We're gonna take our right hand and we're gonna put it right at 12 o'clock, thumbs are apart. Again, we're around our face. This is like a really weird move to teach because I'm just like, yeah, okay. So then both of our hands are at 12, release with your left hand, do a little wiggle, as we then are going to be leading with our pinky all the way back down to 6 o'clock, thumbs together as they meet. Boom, we did one full rotation. So let's do that again. 6 o'clock, thumbs together, palms down, release with your right hand. Travel all the way up. Is your face the center point? Hands meet, 12 o'clock, thumbs apart, palms up towards the sky. Release your left hand. Our pinky leads as we are then going down to 6. Right hand comes up. We meet again at 12, left hand comes up. So you see how we're meeting at 6 and 12 every single time. So we're never crossing our hands. Just think thumbs apart at the top, thumbs together at 6 o'clock. 12 palms up, 6 palms down. If it's looking like this, like it's kind of a little bit, wonky, it's because you got to look at the camera or find something in your room, something that you can go around. Okay, so I want to see you guys do that for a bit. Let's see it. Looking good, Charlotte. Yes, Brittany. Chloe, I see you. I love how we're all just keeping that hoop super still. That's awesome because the more still the hoop is, like the more illusion it's going to have. Man, you guys are killing it. Yes. Look at you, Jess. You're so cute. I'm obsessed with your little pigtails. Yes, and you're working that big hoop, big weighted hoop. So definitely if you have like a really big weighted hoop, it is going to be a lot heavier. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's do a couple rotations together. Let's do 5. I'm feeling like 5's the lucky number. So we're just going to start. We're going to do 1 as we reach up and down. 2, up and back down. Thumbs together. 3, thumbs apart, thumbs together. 4, hopefully your muscle memory is kind of coming back, and that is 5. Woo! How do we feel about that? Does anyone have any questions about this 2-hand isolation? Are we good? We like it? Woo! Awesome. Okay, so now I want us to incorporate how we can get out of this 2-hand isolation. So I love to just do a little turn. So what I like to do is just as I'm at 3 o'clock, because remember, our thumbs are down together at 6, we release with our right hand. We're at 3 o'clock, thumb up. My right hand is going to meet my left hand, but I'm on the outer side of the hoop, the outer diameter. I grab it so my palm's facing towards the left. I'm going to be turning over my left shoulder. My hands are not changing any grip. So both of my thumbs are up and I'm just turning with it. Just one full 360 as I then release my right hand, go up to 12. So let's do that again. So both the right hands are at 6. My right hand comes off. I'm at 3 o'clock with my left hand, thumb up. My right hand meets my left hand right above. Both thumbs are up. And I'm just turning over my left shoulder. It's honestly a very techy move. This is a very fun move. This is something that people will watch and be like, whoa, what was that? And it's cool because you can do this and you can play with levels. You can go down, you can go up. Do you see how pretty it is? It's something that really I don't see a lot. So I really wanted to share that with you guys. So let me see you guys do that with me for 3 times. So we'll do 1 full rotation, 1, and then we'll go into 1 spinning rotation. And then we'll do it again. Okay? Here we go. Ready? 1 full 2-hand isolation. We're at 3 o'clock. Right hand comes up. We're turning over our left shoulder. And then we release with our right hand, keep traveling up to 12, thumbs apart, back down, we turn, playing with some fun levels. We continue up, and one final time, we're turning, we look cute, we're smiling, everything's good. And you just learned your first variation, ayo. So let me see you guys do that as I watch you. So let's start at the bottom at 6 o'clock. Ready, go. We're isolating, looking good. And then on the second one, turn over your left shoulder. We're turning, beautiful. Ooh-wee. Look at you guys go, so cute. Oh my gosh. Yes, you guys are killing this two-hand isolation. Yes, Jess, get into it, girl. I love it. Cool. Yay. Okay, so now we're gonna learn another isolation. This is a behind the back isolation, which looks like this. Ooh, pretty cool. So it's the same concept of a two-hand isolation, but instead of our hands being inside of the inner diameter, we're going to the outside, the outer diameter. So if you look at this, you notice my right hand is at 3, my left hand's at 9, my thumbs are up, as I'm going to be turning over my left shoulder as my left hand releases the hoop. So I'm turning a half rotation. So I'm picking up my feet as my right thumb is up to down. So take your left hand, meet it parallel with it. So right now we're at, I believe, 9. So just right across. So both of your thumbs are down. Release your right hand. Keep turning over your left shoulder. And you bring it right back in front of you. So now you're 9 o'clock, thumb up, left hand. We're going to do the exact same thing with our right hand, thumb up. Release with our left hand again. We're turning over our left shoulder to half rotation. Thumbs are going to meet. Both are down. Keep turning. Release your right hand. And boom, we're right back where we started. So you see how they're always here, the 3 and 9. No matter when I release it and re-grip, they're always going to be that way. And I'm just turning over my left shoulder the entire time. So when hoop's in front of you, it's thumbs up. When it's behind, it's thumbs down. Boom. Okay. Let's do that a few times and then I'll see if you guys have any questions. And here we go. Ready? And we're going. And we're turning. Thumbs down. We're turning again. Thumb up. Turning, thumb down, thumb up. Really think about where the hoop is. Are you going around the hoop or are you letting it drop? So we're really keeping that same stillness, that illusion. Although we don't have as clear of a center point, you just want to keep it as stable as you can instead of letting it kind of fly below and up. So let's see you guys do it on your own time. Yes, Brittany. Ooh, Chloe, Charlotte, Jess. I love this move on all of you. Yes. Does anyone have any questions? Do we like it? Thumbs up. Ayo, ayo, ayo. So let's play a game. The game is going to be, let's combine the two-hand isolation with the behind the back isolation. And we're creating a combo because they're 2 tricks back to back. Let's do it, people. So we're going to start as we do with the two-hand isolation. 6 o'clock, thumbs together. This is what it's going to look like. Let me just show you what it looks like first. We have the two-hand isolation to behind the back isolation. Whoa. Two-hand isolation. So this is the rhythm of it. Okay, let's do it. So as our hands are at 6 o'clock, it's the same concept as what we did with this turn over our left shoulder, but instead of keeping it on this vertical plane, we are going to leave it on the vertical plane, but we're turning it in a sense to where it's not coming with us, the hoop, but instead we're traveling around it. Our body. So both hands at 6 o'clock, release with your right hand. You're going to meet it at that same spot as you did prior. outer grip, thumb up, release your left hand, and then boom, you're right into that behind the back isolation. And you can do it more times than one, you know, you can do as much as you want. But whenever you're done, your left hand should be at 9 o'clock, thumb up, and then you're instantly gonna take your right hand, because we're going from that outer grip to inward grip, to 12 o'clock, thumb up, thumb up, palm up, and you're gonna go right back down into that two-handed isolation. So let's do that a few times. So we're gonna do one full two-hand isolation, one barrel roll. So your left hand will be right here, come up at 9. Your right hand comes up at 12. You go right back into it. So it's an outer grip to an inward grip. Yeah, pretty cool. Let me see you guys do that combo. Okay, here we go. We're doing the two-hand isolation, looking good. Then we got that behind the back. Isolation, yes, guys. Yes, Jess. I'm so happy that you guys are literally like already perfecting the two-hand isolation. I'm kind of shook over here. Out here killing it. Yeah, let me see you guys do it one more time while I get some water. I'm like, Jess, I'm gonna mail you a smaller hoop. Yes, guys, looking so good. It looks so clean. I'm like, have you done this before? Maybe, but whether or not, you guys literally look like pros already. Okay, so now another fun move, another isolation. So we have this barrel roll. And really, before I move on to another isolation, like you can get out of this move in so many ways. You can just take it again and go over your left shoulder. You see how we're just playing with this idea of sustained spinning? So basically, we're just going to be spinning over to the left. The hoop is mirroring, or is basically just parallel with our chest, and we can turn with it. So that's an idea how to get out of this to behind the back isolation. So for the third isolation, I really don't know the correct terminology, but I think it's like almost like a body isolation. It looks like this. So pretty fun, pretty, I don't know, like I would be, if I was watching it, I'd be like, ooh, that was cool. I don't know what just happened. Like that's always what I'm trying to have everybody feel whenever they watch this move. So pretty much it's a two-hand isolation, but instead of isolating around our head, our center point, we're gonna be dropping the hoop below our body, or kind of having our body look like it's coming into the hoop, but in reality, we are just going to be at 12 o'clock. So remember, our thumbs are apart. I'm releasing with my left hand. And typically we go right back down to 6, and we're going to do that exact same thing, but we're going to be dropping our elbow. We're going to be kind of leaning in the hoop a tiny bit, as we are going to be then dropping the hoop. I'm at 9, now I'm at 6, boom, we're right in it. So again, my right hand is at 12 o'clock, palm is up. Instead of going into that 6 to 12, to 6, we're going to stop. Left hand comes off. I'm at 12 o'clock. As I then am just going to be putting my right hand, I'm bending my elbow. So see how I'm bending this elbow here? Right down. So it's going to touch your back. It's going to touch your booty. And you're going to pull it to your right side. So you should stop with your palm down to your right. Okay. Let's do it together a few times, and then let's ask some questions. So we'll have a two-hand isolation, one full rotation. Once we come up to 12 o'clock, release our left hand. We're going to be kind of diving into the hoop as we are extending our right hand over to the left and then down. So my thumb is pointed down right here. So our grip doesn't change. You can bring it right back up. Let me see you guys do that, just like that body isolation. Yes. So your body is going to be touching it at all times. It's super tricky. Yes, Chloe, that looks good. Uh-huh. Yes, Brittany. Brittany Tech Team. I don't know what that is for, but that's just for this workshop. I love it. Okay. Yes, Charlotte. Let's see it, Jess. Yes. So something that I want to point out, you guys are looking great, is whenever you do this, this move, what we want to think about is that vertical plane. So when you're looking at this move, you are seeing the hoop at all times. Yeah, like you see that full circle the entire time. So we're not wanting to drop it in any sort of fashion. We're not allowing it to change different planes. It's all just one still circle motion down. Yes. And so then whenever you hit it down, your thumb will be basically your palm is forward, your thumbs to the right. And then what you can do is just take it all the way back up. So if you're struggling on how to keep it still like this, just always have a part of the hoop touch you at all times. So right now it's touching my belly. And then as it glides behind me, it's touching my back. It's touching my booty. It's touching my shins. And it's down. So that would just be a little piece of advice. Yeah. Very cool move. You guys are doing so good. Yes. So another way to get out of this move, a fun little transition out, is whenever you go down, you can just jump out to the left. And it's just such a fun, unique way to just like kind of have a little bit of playfulness, bouncy, fun, move into your flow. So let me see you guys do this body isolation a few times. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I would be happy to answer. Yes, I love a step out. Ow, ow! Jess, I keep hitting the ceiling fan. Girl, I literally am like, thank God I have no ceiling fans in this place because they would be broken by now. Yeah, this is like the place, I think this is the highest ceilings I've ever had. I moved from my old apartment where it was like 6.5, or 7 feet of like walls. So I was always just hitting the roof of our place, or not the roof, but like, the I can't think of the word. Basically, our upstairs neighbors were probably like, what the heck is happening downstairs? Yes, okay. How do we feel about that? This is probably the most difficult one, I would say. So if it feels really awkward, you're probably doing it right, for sure. Cool. Let me see you guys do it 2 times on your own. Let me give you guys any pointers. You guys are so good at the whole isolation thing. You guys just go so slow and like so thorough. I'm just like, okay, I see you out there. Nice, Charlotte. I love that you brought it back up. That's awesome. Yes, Brittany. Cool.
When you go down, do you want to keep it like vertical with you and like equidistant, I guess, as you're going down, or?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Yeah, pretty much you want to keep it in that vertical plane at all times.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Cool. So let's make a fun little 8-count choreo to these 3 moves that we have just learned. This is going to build a lot of good muscle memory. I love just repeating stuff over and over because that is just how our brain is going to retain it. And this is all brand stinking new. So let's go ahead and drill it a few times. So the choreo is going to be 8 counts. It's going to be starting with a 2-hand isolation. So we'll go 1, 2. So we're back down to where we started. On 3, we're gonna do that barrel. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, but guess what? We're gonna switch it up. Our left hand's gonna bring it back up. 7, 8. And then we're gonna stop. So again, just watch this one time. 1, 2 to get isolation. We're going into that behind the back. 3, 4. We're gonna go down to that body isolation. 5, 6. Our left hand is gonna bring it up. 7, 8. So let's do it all together. Here we go. Start at 6 o'clock. 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa, 1. Okay, I'm gonna definitely count that a little bit slower. 5, 6, 7, 8. Up and down. 2, 3, 4. Go down. 5, 6. Left hand. 7, 8. And when we have that left hand, we're going on that outside diameter. Our thumbs are going to be down as our right hand comes off and goes back up to the top at 12, where we finish on 8. Let's do it again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Turn. 4. Down. 6. Left hand. 7, 8. I'm gonna do it facing you guys so I can watch you. No pressure. No, I'm just kidding. Let me switch this view up a little bit on my end. Actually, I don't know if I can. That's okay. All right, I can see you guys. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. 6. Left hand. 7, 8. Yes. Let's do it again. Maybe a little bit faster. Why not? We love a good speed challenge. Start 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, down, turn to the left, push down, left hand, and you stop. Hey, and we pose. Oh, cool. How do we feel about that? We like that little choreo shebang. Cool. Does anyone have any questions? We look really good. We're learning so much. I'm like, you guys are already working the magic. Okay. So another concept, so that's like the isolation theme. We have those 3 isolations. And for the second part, I kind of wanted to go over some of this really beautiful, I have to move this camera up a little bit. This really beautiful sustained spinning. So sustained spinning can look like so many things. I think it is really one of the most beautiful things that I see in people's flow. And really, I don't see it that much. It's a really good beginner tool to learn how to just like turn with the hoop. Just as this will be good for your big hoop for sure. So that's good. But let's go ahead and kind of just dive into it. So I first wanted to go over just how to do this 2-hand sustained spinning. You can get really there's so many different ways that you can get out of this and into it. But essentially what we're going to be doing is having our hands be on the inside of the hoop. 3 and 9, my thumbs are down as we're grabbing the hoop. And then I want to just bring it above our head, like a little halo. Cute. So this is going to be that horizontal plane, that pizza plane. We're going to turn over our left shoulder. I'm realizing during this workshop that I love to turn over my left shoulder, apparently. And what we're going to be doing, I just want us to turn. Like, don't even worry about the hoop. Just like, feel weird. Just do this. Your little angel, super cute. Okay. And then I want us to just slowly bring, so don't turn this time. So that's half of it. The second half is just bringing the hoop down our body. So you see how I'm keeping it super still in this horizontal plane. We're not wobbly. We're not changing into this vertical plane like the body isolation. but rather we're just bringing it up and back down. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to combine part 1 and 2. We're going to be spinning over our left shoulder as we slowly bring the hoop down. Extend our arms, and then we're going to pull it back up. Still in that pizza plane. Boom. Yes. So this is a really, really awesome way to do to do a move, and then you take a moment to just have this ability to just turn with the hoop. It almost kind of is like a pause for you to catch your breath, because it's not as like, you don't have to focus as much. Like the more you do it, it's a very easier move. But this is a good way for you to catch your breath, to pause, to allow the audience to watch you and be like, whoa, that's so cute. Like, that's so cool. She's going super, like doing all this fun stuff. And then it's just like, you just change everything up. So let's go ahead. I want to see you guys do that on your own time. Let me make sure that it looks good. I'm sure it does. Duh. Here we go. We're turning over our left shoulder. Beautiful. Really think about turning quicker and adjusting the hoop slower. Yes. Now I want us to look over our left shoulder while we're turning. Yes, that small micro adjustment is going to open up your chest. Not, I don't know if it opens it up, but it like turns with it to add more of an effect. Cool, let me see you guys do that again. I know you're probably really dizzy. Here we go, yes. Ooh, it adds, oh my gosh, just like looking over to your left adds so much effect. Yes, you guys look so good. Okay, now I want us to do another variation of it. So we are going to be doing a one hand. It's the same spinning. Whoa. So you see how it adds a layer of movement with my left hand? Boom. Okay, so it's the exact same thing. So both of our hands are above our head. We're in this halo position, but we're going to be releasing our left hand. And as we're turning over our left shoulder, we're looking to the left. We are going to be lowering our hoop the exact same way with our right hand. So really practice the stabilization before you even turn, like getting a little, it feels really uncomfortable because you don't have any momentum from the turn right now. But essentially, you are just going to be lowering it. And while you're lowering it, your left hand's going to be diving into the hoop, reaching up, doing whatever feels good or weird. Those are both the same words right now in this scenario. And you're just going to keep turning, playing with your arms. So this is a really freestyle movement. This is the same spinning is all about just you dancing, honestly. So let me see you guys do that together with me for a few rotations. So we're going to have the hoop above our head, the halo, thumbs are forward, release with your left hand. We're turning over our left shoulder. We're looking. Our left hand comes above as we lower with our right hand. Come behind our head, come behind our weight, or, whatever. Okay, so now, whenever it's lowered down, it's kind of hard to bring it back up, in my opinion, especially because this hoop is so dang small. So let's think of a very cool variation of how to get out of this. So we just did that beautiful one hand, we're down, my right hand is now straight down to my side. And I want us to focus on shifting from the wall plane or vertical plane in this position. So we're going to then be going from this horizontal to a vertical plane. And how we're going to do that, we're going into this position. That's what I want us to go into. So we're going into this backpack position. So we're here, our left hand's out. We're going to be dropping the hoop back. So this back part here, where your booty is, we're going to be dropping it to where it's going to hit our hamstrings and it's going to be hitting our torso. So you're really just taking your thumb that's forward to up. Pizza, wall plane. And we're going to keep turning, but we're not going to worry about the turn right now. I just want to make sure we understand this move. We're going to be bringing it up, kind of like that body isolation concept in a sense. And the hoop will be in front of your face, but you're wanting to dive into it. So we have our thumb is forward. We're in this pizza plane. Now my thumb is up. It's touching my tummy, my hamstrings, and bringing it up. And when it goes in front of your face, your left arm isn't going to do anything. You're just going to be going above, behind your head. So now it's touching the back of my neck. Bring your right hand out, and it should be resting on your shoulder blades and near your booty, depending on how big or small your hoop is. Okay, let's do it again, just a tiny bit, now that we have some sort of explanation. Okay, so we have first the one hand, beautiful sustained spinning vortex. We're looking over our left shoulder. Everything is so cute. We feel really cute. As we're turning, what happens next? The hoop falls and hits your hamstring. So you see, I'm not moving yet, but see how just that feature adds so much more movement. We're slowly bringing it up. It's touching my body at all times. And then going into the hoop. Boom, I'm now in a backpack position. And then from there, you can just turn with it. You can bend your elbows. You can put your hands over your head. I don't know. That was just messing around. But essentially, you see how that is like the motion we're wanting. It's very, very slow with our body, but our turns are a little bit quicker. Do you guys like that little combo, that little fun variation? Cool. Let's do it again. So let's first start with the one hand. As we know, we're turning, we look cute, our right hand's extended. We then drop the hoop, we're in the vertical plane, we bring it up. And now we're in a backpack position, people. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, so now let's think about how we could get out of this position. I'm actually teaching a sustained spinning workshop in 2 weeks in Colorado at High Altitude Hoop Retreat. And this is like stuff that I'm going to be teaching there. So this is really awesome practice for me. And it also is like really, really good stuff that is good to learn when you're beginning too. So basically what I'm going to be showing next is how to get into this sustained spinning. So you see how it's in our elbow? Yeah, super wacky, but that's fun. So we have our backpack position. We're in contact with our shoulders, with our arms. We are getting out of this move by taking our right hand and touching our right shoulder. So we're literally touching our skin. Our left hand is then going to get out of this backpack position. So I'm just extending it out of the hoop. And now it's only hooked onto me by this fun little chicken wing. So now, as you look at this, you wonder, is this a horizontal or vertical plane? It's a vertical plane, but with motion, you are wanting to get this into a vertical plane. It doesn't have to be perfect, like parallel to the ground. It could be like the outer part might be a little bit closer to the ground, but essentially like that is what we are wanting, okay? Now I want us to just play and pretend that we are a beautiful ballerina as we are then going to take, so we have this chicken wing, we're turning. Well, actually I'm gonna take both of my hands. We're gonna do this. Take both of my hands, raise it slowly above my head, go behind my head, and you see how this is adding effect. So you have both this chicken wing, you take your left arm out, raise your hands above your head, go behind your head, I'm super dizzy. And that is a very cool variation, in my opinion, of a sustained spinning. So let me see you guys try to do that. Oh my gosh, I'm like, whoa. Okay, so we have that chicken wing, So practice just turning and getting it onto that vertical plane. Yes, Brittany. Yes, Chloe. If you hit something, you're doing it right. Ooh, girl, this is looking so spicy. Yes. This is gonna feel super weird, you guys. Like you're gonna be like, what is happening? And that is when you know that you are doing it right. Yes. Oh my gosh. Just watching you guys do this makes me so excited to teach it like again, because it's so pretty. This is stuff that I never seen taught before ever. Yes. Okay. And Chloe, you already are kind of doing what I wanted to talk about next, which is incorporating different levels. So with the levels, we have first, you have this beautiful, weird elbow fold chicken wing spin, but then you could go hip and down, you could go up and down. You know, it's very much like you are literally dancing with this hoop in this time. So really try to play with different ways that you can lower the hoop as you're turning through anything, but you guys are looking really good. So I feel like we should practice it from the very beginning to the backpack to that elbow to above the head. So let me just show you guys one time and then we'll do it together. Okay, so we have that one hand. My right hand's inside the hoop. We're going down, we look cute. We're going to then bend the hoop up. My thumb is up. I'm slowly coming up. My head goes into the hoop. In this backpack, we are going to take our left hand out, bend our right elbow, reach your hands up, reach them behind your head, and that's a wrap, people. Cool, let's do it together. Here we go. We have that beautiful one hand sustained spinning. We're looking to the left. Our right hand drops down as we are going to put our right thumb up. It's traveling up our body. Our head goes into the hoop. We're now in this backpack position, looking good. Take your left arm out. You're now into a horizontal plane. You're now into a pizza plane. And now you're going to raise your arms up behind your head. Boom. I like look at you guys and I'm like, whoosh, 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 whoosh. Guys, this is so fun. I'm obsessed with this concept. Do you guys like this? Do you feel like really pretty? I feel really pretty doing it. Like I'm like, ooh, this is fun. And you know, it's like it's a whole different theme. You know, you have like the isolations, you have the same spinning, then you have like all the tech work. So yeah, yay. I'm thinking of another same spinning one we could do. So if you want to get out of this move or you want to add just one more variation, while you're doing this right elbow, you can even add your left elbow. And then watch this. This camera, we're gonna try that one more time, but better view. This is such like a 2010 like awkward camera angle, but we out here, it's fine. Okay, so we have this right elbow touching my right shoulder. My left elbow is the exact same thing. This looks kind of awkward, so I want to get out of it pretty quick, but how I'm going to do that is I'm pushing the hoop right in front of my chest, down with my hands, and watch as this part, the part where it's way at 6, comes up to 12. Watch as I now let it drop behind my back. My hands are coming up above my head, and now we're going to be ghosting the hoop. And what I mean by ghosting is my left hand is going to just be lightly touching it. I'm not grabbing it at any sense. And watch as I just slightly touch it, I'm going to be pulling my right hand up, 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 up. So we're on the outside of the hoop, and then down in front of our head. Yeah, so you can go all the way back down if you wanted to. You see how our left hand is just lightly touching it? You can even practice this just in front of you. That is the sense of ghosting. Okay, so let's just practice from this position. So we have our right, we're doing this, we have our left, we're spinning, and then we're going to be taking our hands and putting them in front of our chest, We're gonna be pushing down with our hands as the top part comes up. Our hands are coming up. My right hand, left hand are both grabbing the hoop, but now my left hand is just ghosting and ghosting back down in front of my body. Yes, you guys are killing it. This is super, super fun. Let's try it one more time, a tiny bit quicker now that you have some sort of foundation. Both of our hands are on our chest. We are then going pushing down as the hoop comes up. Wait, hold up. Whoa, JK, I lied. Your hands are on your chest, but the hoop's down. The part that comes up as you push your hands down comes up, up, up. You're gonna ghost and ghost. Yes.
Could you go over the grip for that? Like just like the transition of like where your hands are like in or out, or like palms in or out again, or just like transitioning from like above the head kind of thing.
I got you, girl. Okay, so we're here. Yeah, we did the chicken wing stop. So my hands are going to be on the outside of the hoop, coming in, so my palms are facing towards me and my chest. I'm at 12 o'clock as I'm then pushing the hoop down. So it's gonna have contact with our forearms as we are pushing it down near our chest. 6 o'clock comes up above our head to 12 o'clock. We are still in that inward grip as we are then just going to raise our hands. So nothing is changing with our grip. We're just raising our hands. So now my palms are both down. My thumbs are together, 12 o'clock. And I'm then going to be ghosting with my left hand up. So both of my thumbs are up. I'm going to be ghosting it back down. My thumbs are back at 12 o'clock together. So this is a whole beginner concept right here of ghosting. You could just ghost in front of you, ghost down. You could ghost, you could go ghost out if you wanted to in a sense. But if you're just ghosting with one of your hands, there's so many different ways that you can just dance by that. So let's do that one more time. So again, we have the chicken wings. We're in this kind of I don't know right the way to say it. Okay, my brain's just going. So yeah, our palms are gonna be in front of our chest. Here we go. We're pushing down. The hoop comes up to 12. Goes behind our back as we pull our hands up. We're on the outside of the hoop. Thumbs together. We're ghosting up. Thumbs up to thumbs together. Cool. So I want to see you guys just do this one hand elbow, two hand elbow, and then instead of stopping and then trying to go into it, we're gonna do it as we are rotating, as we are turning. So it's essentially gonna look like this. One, right hand, two, left hand, push down, pull up, and we're ghosting. So a very pretty move. Let me see you guys try. Well, let me see you guys do that move. Looking good. You got the right elbow. Got the left elbow. Nice, Brittany. Push up, push down. Beautiful. Let's see you guys do it again. Yes, Chloe. Ghost up. Keep turning and ghost back. If it hits you in your head, you're on. It's happened to me more times than you'll ever know. All right, Charlotte, let me see you do it. Nice. The right elbow, left elbow. We're pushing up, ghosting. Nice. Ooh, I love how dramatic you are. Like you are in no rush. You got nowhere to be, and that is fun. All right, Jess, let's see what you got, girly. Yes, queen. Your ceilings. Yeah, it'd be like that. You could do a nice little bend in the knees if you need to, But I feel like being outside with that big hoop, I'm like literally going to send you a hoop after this probably. So just, it's fine. Okay, great, guys. How do we feel? We feel good. I feel like that was such a fun. I've never taught that before, like any of that sustained spinning stuff. So I've been really into it. So I'm really excited that you guys are the first peeps that will ever do that. Cool. Let's see how we're doing. We're a little over halfway through. We have about 30 minutes before we do a little recap. So I kind of wanted to get into some escalator variations. If this is something that's totally on a different track, it's a little bit more trusting the hoop because you're going to be letting go and you're going to be catching it. So let's go ahead and get started. I remember when I first learned the upward escalator, whenever I learned it, I was like, I am the baddest fish ever, because I felt so cool, because whenever you're watching this, whether you hoop or not, it looks cool all the time, regardless. So we're going to be learning that. Does anyone know how to do that move already? Okay, great. Awesome. I love it. We're all on the same page. Okay. So let me show you one more time. So this is called an upward escalator, or also known as an upward spiral escalator. The reason why it's spiral is because it's almost like a staircase, right? Spiraling up our body. So we're going to have the hoop in front of us with our right hand. Thumb is to the left at 12 o'clock. And now we're just going to go and flip our hand 180 degrees. So now our thumb is to the right and my palm is forward. We're going to then extend it to our right side. Take your right leg, wiggle it, wiggle, wiggle, as we then are going to put it inside of the hoop. So watch as I go behind and I go through the hoop. Yeah? Okay. And now plant your right foot down, making sure you guys can see my full body. Beautiful. Okay, so let's just do that. So this is essentially the starting position, but I just want to make sure we know how to get there. Thumb is to the left, palm is towards me. We do a 180, palms out, thumbs to the right. We extend to our right side, take our right leg, and put it through the hoop and down. Feel good? Cool. Okay, so now what we're going to do is our feet are going to be pretty much shoulder width apart, our hips apart, and we are going to be then making sure that there is no room or space between your right calf and the hoop. So you want to be snug tight over. And if you look at your right thumb, it should be pointing out as your palm is forward. We're then going to be taking it over to our left hip. So we're not going to be releasing the grip at all. We're just going to be taking it over to our left side. It's going to feel super awkward. But what you're doing is you're wanting to make contact essentially with your left hip. It's going to hit your left shin. Just hit and back. Keep your grip super loose. You want to like have a super tight grip because we're going to be letting go eventually. So just get comfortable with just this motion of like, I don't even know, just the startup awkwardness of the upward escalator. Beautiful. Okay. The next part that we're going to be doing is we're going to be releasing the grip with our right hand. The exact same thing, but watch as my right hand releases. It flies up, hits the same part of my shin, and it falls back down. Palm is forward. We want to catch it back down and go into the same startup position. So again, there's no space in between my legs, shoulder width apart, I'm standing straight. We have my left hand just hanging. See how my left hand is just like this, like, yes. Awesome. Okay. Now what's going to happen is we are then going to think about our left leg. Our left leg is going to come up and inside the hoop like that. Crazy, right? So think about as the hoop is traveling over to your left hip, instead of stopping here and going back down, you are going to be picking up your left leg and you're wanting to get it inside of the hoop. So you see how I'm not necessarily bent like a high knee per se, but rather it's almost like this. So like having a high knee, it's kind of tucked. It's almost like a little flamingo. Boom. Okay. So hold on to the hoop. Don't release it quite yet. Just practice this start up. So you always want to make sure that you're starting in a vertical plane. So as the audience, you will see the entire hoop versus starting here, trying to go into it. Taking it over to our left hip, and your right hand will hit your left hip. As the hoop is then going to go up a tiny bit. Okay, let me see you guys do that. Yes, looking good, everyone. Keep doing this, I can watch, beautiful. Yes, Jess, nice, you guys are really killing it. Okay, that's pretty much half of the move already, so we're halfway there, people. Now what we're gonna do is instead of holding on to the hoop as we stop here, we are trusting that the hoop is going to spiral up our body. And the only thing that I am doing differently from this to this is I am releasing it. I am letting go of the hoop. I'm making sure that my left leg has that timing, because as it hits this spot, I'm releasing with my right hand, and I'm instantly going from here to start to here. So just take your right hand and practice just that motion. It's very much a one, like a half count, a half second. Okay, so you're going to be taking your right hand, going over to here, because that's how quick it is. Okay, so let's just practice this concept of just releasing it. It's not going to go up to this spot automatically. That is just literally engraved muscle memory. But if it's going up to here, that's good. You want it to spiral up your body. So just do a couple trial and errors, release, and just see what happens. See what happens. Nice. Yes, Brittany, good job. Nice job, Chloe. Jess. Yes, Charlotte, work it. So you see how we are already working our way up. It's traveling up a little bit higher. Sometimes it will stop here, sometimes it'll stop here, but as long as it's traveling up, you are doing it correctly. So instead of having the hoop stop here, we are like, okay, what do I need to do more? You need more power. You need more force. You need this startup position. What we practiced before we even worried about letting go or with our left leg. That is what drives the hoop up. So if this is really weak, it's just going to fall back down right near your stomach. So we're really thinking about up, power, and we're catching right here, right by our right ear with our right hand. It could be your ear. For me personally, it's kind of in front of my forehead, but essentially you're catching it right here. And you'll be catching it while it's touching the small of your back, and we're gonna stop there with that move, okay? So this is tricky, guys. This is tricky, but it's such a bad bitch move. Like, I can't stress to you how cool I felt once I got this. So here we go. We're gonna practice a few times. So just practice just bringing it over, releasing, bringing back over, and then you're gonna go boom on the third one. I want you to really think about power and catch. Just trust it that it will do it. So have that one. So let's do it together. So we'll have the one, left hip and back. 2, release and back. 3, left leg comes in, boom. Okay, let's do it again. Over manually, we're swiping it over, and then we're going to do the full thing. So something that I see a lot with hoopers, when they're beginning to do this move is they just want to hold on to it like the whole time. Like, and they'll hold on to it in front of their stomach. But the thing about this move is you can't hold on to it past right here. Like that is it. Because if you want to hold on to it and it comes up, like, yeah, you can do the move. But the idea is that we are wanting it to spiral up by itself up our body. So just think, once I hit this left hip, I'm going straight up to the right side of my head. So just watch my right hand. Watch how quick it is. Start up here. Okay. Let me see you guys drill this move a few times. I'm gonna get some water. Yes, Brittany, girl, that's it. That's it. Yes, Charlotte. Chloe, think about more power in the very beginning, that startup position. So think about naturally having your right hand come up and meet it. Yes, So your left hand is getting in the words. Your left hand is stopping it naturally right here. So whenever you do this move, my left hand is just kind of tucked away. So you see how I'm kind of just like this, like I got a broken arm or something, like I'm just kind of hanging out. But you want it to get out of the way versus being where your left hip is. So kind of just like do a little hug, kind of tuck it in right here, and then go up. Obviously, you don't have to like look like this. You could just, essentially, you're just wanting to keep it in close, not out of the way. Okay, let me continue watching. Yes, that's it. That's a lot better. Yes. Jess, you cracked me up with your ceiling and that big hoop. I'm obsessed. Does anyone have? Yes, Charlotte. When the hoop is flying forward, flying back, flying anywhere off your body, that is the move. If I would way rather have that be what is happening versus it stopping halfway down, because that means that you are having the power. You just need to find the catching spot of where the hoop is hitting. Everything is a little bit different because my hoop is smaller, but essentially it's gonna be right around here. You'll feel it. Does anyone have any questions about this move? It's tricky. You guys are killing it.
Could you like just do like this motion basically, or like are you giving it a spin at all or anything?
Yeah, so I am only taking my right hand, my palm forward, palm to me. This is the only motion that my right hand is doing. Here, so I bring over my left hip. It's like almost like a 180.
Okay, and like how high should it be on your leg? Like it should just be like right tight up behind your knee, or like the hoop be at like your like at like here, or should I have it down like lower, like touching like the front of like where my foot starts, or should I have it like higher up by like my knee and thigh?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So it really, like, if you don't want it to be too high, like to where the center is like your quad, you don't need it to be like all the way down to the ground, but I would say probably just like 2 or 3 inches from the ground max. But just make sure that we don't have much of a gap, that we want it snug tight over to the right. Because if there's a gap here and you try to just move, it's not going to hit that left hip contact point. Does that solve your question?
I have a question, which is when I do catch it, I'm catching it like it seems like I end up catching it in the horizontal plane. Is that right, or do I want to be trying to catch it differently?
So you're probably catching it like here, kind of. Yeah. Okay. So that is totally fine. I would say think about more like think about stopping the hoop a little bit sooner. So when it's spiraling up, you're gonna feel that if your hand is right here to your right side, with your thumb up, you're gonna be catching it right here. So see how it's an inward grip and it's touching the small of my back. I'm in a vertical plane. Like you can totally catch it and go into some sustained spinning, like get into that. The way that I just teach it naturally, there's really no right or wrong way to do it. So, just the way that I do it is I catch it with the inward grip, palm up, and it's stopping right here. So you need to just stop it like a half a second sooner. So for example, instead of stopping it here, and then like going up like this, think about where your right hand is going to go and stop it right here instead of letting it fall forward a little bit more. But again, to each their own. If that feels good for you, then by all means. Yes, I want to see you guys do it. Each one of you do it for a second. Yes. See you, Brittany. Yes, girl. Look at you. Uh-huh. Yes. Think about even letting it rotate a tiny bit more, Brittany, before you try to catch it. Let's see it, Jess. Ooh, I know these ceilings, girl. All right, Chloe, let's see what she got, girl. And the thing about this move is it is so, it feels so foreign. Like this movement with what we're doing, there's so much hand-eye coordination and so many levels. It's very quick. So it's a lot to take in all at one time, but you guys are doing great. And for me, I could not do this move. I learned it on YouTube and I couldn't do it for 3 days. I was like, what the heck? What do you mean it just goes up? Like, I just couldn't believe that it just naturally went up because it is such an illusion. Yes. Cool, guys. Okay, I want us to think about a way to kind of incorporate our legs with this move. So if you're going into an upward escalator, a fun move that I like to do is this little shebang. And then you can go into that upward escalator. Okay, so how this is going to work is we are going to be how we would start a normal upward escalator. My thumb's to the right, my palm is forward. But instead of going up like this, we are going to be holding on with our grip as we're doing a half rotation, like what we would do to start off an escalator. We're going to be bending our right knee as we shift to our left side of our body. My thumb is coming to the left, my palm is down. So my thumb's to the right, it's to the left as I bring my right knee. So see how it's like almost this really cute dance? Ooh, and up. It's resting on the back side of my kneecap. I'm just coming up like this. Nice, okay. Now what we're gonna do is just, as we hit this position, we're gonna continue raising our right knee as our left hand is swoop into the hoop. Whoa, that was cool. What just happened? So we have the starting position. We bend our right knee. Keep going up, up, up in that core workout. My right hand is at 12 o'clock. My palm is down. And what's going to happen is I'm just keep raising this hoop as I dive my left hand, my head into the hoop. I'm through the hoop. Now we got this really funky position. So we're going to take our left hand, touch the hoop in front of our left thigh. So my palm is facing towards me. Release with your right hand. So you see how we're kind of awkward right here with the right hand? We want to release it, get it inside of the hoop. As we then put our right foot down, the hoop's going to bend back, pull back. As we then bring our left knee up, up, up. Guess what? Our right hand's going to go right through the hoop again. I'm at 12 o'clock with my left hand. I go behind my head. Again, we can't really go much further with our left hand comfortably. So we're going to take our right hand, go in front of our right thigh, bring our left leg down, and oh my gosh, it is one continuous little motion. So we're like almost stepping through the hoop. Essentially, you can get it to a point where you do like a little jump. So let's do that again, super slow and thorough with instruction. And we'll see if you guys have any questions. I'll do it facing towards the back. So my palm is forward, my thumb's to the right. I bring my right knee up as I turn the hoop 180 degrees. So my right thumb is to the left. Bring your right foot down, now it's to the right. Bring it up to the left, back down to the right. Now what we're gonna do is take our left hand, dive it through the hoop as we take our right hand, extend it up, 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 behind my head. So you see how I'm still up in the air with my right foot. I'm taking my left hand, whoa, and I'm going to be grabbing the hoop in front of my left thigh. And once I have this hand transition, so both my hands are touching the hoop, I release with the hand that's always up and awkward. I dive into the hoop, put my right foot back down on the ground. My palm is going to be behind. Essentially, before you go up and into the hoop with your head and arm, you want to turn it 180 degrees. As you start this on the left side, see, watch as this right side comes down. So it's literally the exact same thing. It's basically you are taking your palm that's facing towards the back to front with your left knee. Just practice that with me. Thumb is to the left, now it's to the right. Thumb to the left, right. Okay. Now we're doing the exact same motion to the right as we bring our left leg up, 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 over our head. What does my right hand do? It goes right through the hoop. And now what does our left hand do? It needs to come off as we take our right hand in front of our right quad. Boom. Our left hand comes in the hoop. Put your left leg down. And now what happens? See how my right palm is back? You want it to face forward as we then lift our right knee up. My left hand swoops in. It's very, it's mirrored on both sides, and it's an infinite move. An infinite step through. Yeah. Let me see you guys do it. Ooh, Brittany likes this move. Let's go, tech team. Brittany has to work tonight. She's like, girl, I'm gonna join your workshop, but I gotta go decompress before I go to work. I'm like, please. Okay, let's see what you guys got. Yes, very good, guys. Yes, Jess. See how it's a lot of core stability? It really takes you being centered and really shifting your balance on one foot to the other. It's a workout, long story short. Let's see. Cool. We're about 10 minutes left, and then I'm going to do a little recap. Do you guys have any questions about this move? I want to challenge you to see if you can get into the step through that we just practiced, this last move, into an upward escalator. Let's see if you can figure that out. Yes, Charlotte, yes. So we're really playing with how we can work on transitions between moves. So remember, we start with the escalator on our right side. You guys are killing it. So we have this step through. We first have our right hand comes up, left hand swoops in, left hand grabs, right foot comes down, left foot comes up behind our head. And now we're just gonna bring it right back down after that left side to our right side. And then we're gonna go instantly into an upward escalator. Again, facing the back. Above our head, left arm swoops in, down, left hand goes above our head, right hand comes out, again, upward escalator, heyo.
For the escalator, this is just like, I guess I should have asked this earlier, but how many like rotations should you get? Like once it's like off your hand, like how many times should it go around your body? Because I feel like when I try to do it, I just get like one and then like it like kind of hits like my shoulder area. But I'm like watching yours, I know your hoop looks smaller, but just like spins up your body.
Yeah, no, that's good. I've never been asked a question, so I'm like, let's figure it out. So we have a half rotation here, forward. Like do like a literal slow-mo in real life. 1. It's almost like 1.5. Don't quote me on that 100%.
Yeah, I know it's like probably different for everyone, like and how fast you're doing it. Just because I can like kind of do it like with holding on to it the entire time, and then I feel like I just get like one rotation. I'll do like that kind of thing. But I know that's not fully it, but
no,
yeah.
That's like the total basis of it. I think what you need to target now is when to release the hoop, because you have the whole step here, like you know how to get it up. But now you just have to find the timing with your left foot. Make sure your left arm is snug. Bend your left knee. So you see how I'm not high kneeing it or going really far behind. Almost like a flamingo position. And then once you feel comfortable with that, you have to let go. Like once it hits your left hip, you gotta release. And it's going to basically do another half turn and it'll hit small of your back.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. I feel like the escalator is definitely the hardest move for sure. Like it takes lots of repetition and trial and error and figuring out how much power do I put behind it, when do I release it, when do I catch it, etc. Yes. Let's try that. I want you guys to try that step through move again. So we're going to start with the step through with our right to the left, and then do that upward escalator on your own time. Let me see you guys do that. Yes. You guys are so good. This is so fun to watch. I'm literally obsessed with all of you. So instead of learning anything new, I want us to just kind of piece together everything that we have learned and really just making it a fun transition and kind of combining it all as we go. So remember we first started taking it right back to the very beginning with this 2-hand isolation, yeah? So remember, look at something and that be your center point. So I'm looking at myself right now. I look great, but I'm going around my head. So you see how it's very light, like it's nothing is very forceful in this position, this move. Okay, now what did we do next in that combo? We then took our right hand, we went into this behind the back isolation, yes. And then what happened? We took our right hand for this fun body wrap isolation. We go from that outward grip to inward, 12 o'clock. Release with our left hand. We go down. We're in a vertical plane. Right hand is fully extended. Our left hand is going to fully extend down and match it. Thumbs down, release with your right hand, but have it go into the hoop. And we stop at 12. Yes. Just this move itself is so pretty. And you can even do it like kind of like practicing earlier. There's a lot of different variations. What's cool, if you wanted to turn your body, instead of going up like this with your left hand, you could turn over your right shoulder. Who would have thought? Not me today. You turn over your right shoulder and get out of it. So you see how small things really add dynamic to it? What we got happening? Since my hoop is so big, can I ghost when I need to help it stay stable? Yes, probably. My assumption is quite possibly. But just know that when you're doing this body wrap, you're not ghosting anything. You're just taking your hands, thumbs down to your side, and going right back up to 12. Thumbs apart. And then when your left hand's down, you turn over your right shoulder. It's the same concept. We want to just leave it into that vertical plane the entire time as we then just wrap it up our body. And then guess what? We can go into another two-hand isolation. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. I need to incorporate this into my next flow. Okay, cool. So the next thing that we went over is sustained spinning. So again, this is whenever we are taking a moment to breathe, to turn, to look cute, to have people digest what the heck is happening. So we first started with that two-hand sustained spinning vortex. So my thumbs are pointed forward. I'm inside of the hoop. I'm inward grip. Beautiful. I'm looking over my left shoulder. This is whenever I have to get into this like some like MySpace 2005. Okay. Beautiful. Let me go back up. Look cute. And then once we're done with that, oh my gosh, I'm like, whoa. Once we're done with that two hands, you can instantly take your left hand off, go right back down. And then we're going to practice that combo. Remember that combo? Whenever we drop the backside of the hoop, it hits our hamstrings. It goes up, up, up. We're putting our head in the hoop. We're now in this backpack position. Yes. And now what do? We take our left hand out of it, continue turning, touch our right fingertips to our right shoulder. And now what? We go up, up, up into this really cute, beautiful sustained spinning. I think this, like, just this itself with like the whole, like that, I'm like, dang, that is some spicy work, you guys. I'm obsessed. Okay, and then the last variation from this that we learned, so we're here, yeah, and then we went 2 elbows, and then we pushed down, remember, as this bottom part comes up. Lift our hands up, up, up. We're on the outer diameter. Our left hand is ghosting the hoop back to front. Yes. And you might be thinking, what could I do after this? What about behind the back isolation or two-hand isolation? So you see how you can always just incorporate. There's just so much that you can piece together on just like anything. Boom. Okay. And then finally, we went over how to do this fun escalator. Like, let me refix this. So again, with this escalator, it's all about momentum, release, and trusting. The 3, yeah, they're not all the same. They don't all start with the same letter, but you get the point. The 3 important variables: release. I'm like, I already forgot. Release, trust, and something. But you get the timing. Yes. Okay. Feet shoulder width apart. engage that core. We want to make sure that we first are going to the left hip, going back down. The second part is releasing, letting it fall back down. Everything's super loose. What do we do now? We are going to hold on to the hoop, lift our left leg, and let it kind of spiral up, and it should go behind you. That. Okay. Now for the fourth and final part, it's that timing that we're talking about. It is the release point of, I release my right hand when I'm right here, when my palm is towards me. Release, catch. So you see how it's stopping behind the small of my back, or catching the small of my back, right hand, thumb up. Do it again. Over, we're releasing, step 2. Step 3, hold on, take your left leg up, bring it back down, move forward, deep breath, and catch. Yes. Chloe, that was good. See how you released it and it naturally went up? That's fabulous.
I think I was like holding on. I let go of it before I moved my leg up. So I think what you said just now, like, keep holding on, and then as this part comes here, like, because before I was like lifting it and then kind of doing that, but now I'm doing like it was a little different. I like lifting up my foot, like, and letting go as my foot's going through the hoop, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, no, totally. That is like so perfect that we were able to be like on the same page after that. So yeah, pretty much like you never want to release the hoop too early, because then it's like kind of hard for it to continue up and for your left leg to get in. So yeah, release whenever the palm is towards you and as your left leg comes up. Boom. And finally, as I said earlier, we have those beautiful step throughs. Right thumb to the right. We're in that same position as we did with the upward escalator. We're then going to bring our right knee up, left hand swoops in, bring our right foot down. Our left hand is going to grab it in front of our left thigh, release your right hand, go up, behind. So it's really just, eventually you can get into this pattern of one hand is always coming up behind, the other one's grabbing in front of the leg that is going to be on the floor. Boom. Do a little hop with it, get really sassy with it. Woo, how do we feel? I'm like, we learned a lot, you guys. This is how awesome workshops are. I attend workshops and I'm like, I just learned 7 new things, 10 new things in an hour and a half. And that is like the beauty of just like trusting the instructor and just, I don't know, I think it is so fun. It's fun to watch other people be able to learn with you too. So I just want to say thank you all for taking the time to be here out of your Saturday afternoon. So fun getting to watch you guys start and proceed your hoop journey. Does anyone have any questions or anything? Like, you want to say anything? I would love to hear from you guys what you thought or what your favorite move was.
I thought that like the last move was pretty cool, like just like the little jumping or the moving around kind of thing. That was really cool.
The step through. Oh, so fun.
Yeah, thank you also so much for having this.
Oh my gosh, yes, of course.
Thank you so much. It's really fun. I really loved the escalator because I have like seen people do it and always thought it looked impossible, and now I can like do it semi-consistently. So it was really amazing that you taught that fast. Thank you.
Yay! Yeah, you were killing it too. Within literally 5 minutes, you were doing it. So we out here. Jess, what was your favorite part or favorite move?
I really like all of them, to be honest. I'm pretty excited because my son saw you on TikTok apparently, and he was like, "I saw her videos on TikTok. Oh my gosh!" And I was like, "Oh, just wait." So I'm gonna be able to impress him, and that's gonna be pretty cool.
You're gonna impress him. Like he is going to be so shook that you know how to do some of these moves. You're gonna whip out the escalator. He's gonna be like, "Mom," you know, like I already see it. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so freaking much. I hope to see you all in another workshop. If you have, I'm sure you've seen that I have a new website up. It's called littlehoopgirl.com. Basically, I have a ton of tutorials on there that I make in the similar concept. It's a little bit, quicker, but you learn at your own pace. You can stop, pause it. It's access 24/7. It's basically, I'm trying to do that full time so I can be a creator full time. So if you or any of your friends are wanting tutorials that are very in depth and are very detailed, like kind of like how this is, definitely would recommend. I love creating for you guys. And thank you again for all the support. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and get that sunshine. I'm about to do that and maybe take a nap. But it's all good things over here. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Bye.